Welcome back, folks, to World of Warships Legends. I'm Soopa-Dave, and today we're going to be talking about double detections over Sims and Gunboat builds. And I'm going to start this video out by saying every ship is different and every playstyle is different. So wouldn't say this about, like, for example, gearing. I'm just using an example of why I use double detection more than I use Sims and or a gunboat build. And I'm not trying to convert anybody. I'm not saying it's better for everybody. I'm saying that for me, this is my opinion, right? So I know a lot of people on warships like to get worked up and think everything they know is the best thing and act condescending towards other people. I'm not one of them people. This is what I'm going to show, guys. So I actually just got done recording a video that you guys would have seen probably about a week ago, the Northern Dragon video. So we're going to use the Northern Dragon as an example here of why I like double detection, right? Now, this is just me personally. And like I said, if you like um, using Sims and or uh, gunboat builds, full gunboat builds, I completely understand it. And there's ships that I would do. Like, for example, gearing is a good example. Like tier 8 and legendary tiers, a lot of times I use. I'll go more to a gunboat focus because detection isn't as important. I feel at that tier because you have shimikazes that will detect you and not shoot, and then you have Z52, you have Gdansk, and everything that can spot at 6 kilometers or more anyway. So there's arguments to be had for everything, right? This is just an opinion. Don't get worked up. That being said, let's get into it. So I run to double detection on most destroyers. There's a few reasons for this, and we're going to talk about them. For one, I make guides for beginners, right? Not pros that win at 99% rates in divisions, okay? This is for the average player. And also, another thing about having good detection is in spotting for other people, and that being a good thing, is that helps people also on your team. Like, I'm not focused on myself either. In only what I can do. I can help my team, and there's different ways of doing that. Detection is one of them. So we're using Swirsky and Bay on Northern Dragon, right? You can see we have 19,000 health, and we have our detection is 4.9, which is freaking awesome for me in a gunboat because I like to use this thing to murder other gunboats, right? My win rate is like 83%, so it's solid, right? Especially for not playing in divisions. So, and I don't play divisions in standard at all. It's not against other people. It's just I got to show people how to play the ship that are beginners and probably not playing with other people. So that's our build, right? This is one that a lot of people would agree is a double detection build, and you can make the argument it's really actually a triple detection because you're taking, look at me now. So we're going to switch this out for what most people would say, right? Sims. Sims. Okay? We had 19.7 health. And you're going to see, even though my Sims is really good, and I do use them on some destroyers, like I said, we're only going to gain at tier 7, and this is why I don't like Sims until 8 or 9, personally. We're going to gain we're going to gain about 2,500, so less than 3,000 health, right? If you out detect somebody and you get that first shot off, you're going to do that in your first salvo. And my reasoning for that is detection you can use more than once. This health that Sims gives you, you can't use more than once. And what do I mean? Well, let's say we get done killing that destroyer that we out detected in the first salvo. We got, we out detected him and we took off the same amount of health that Sims would have given him in the first place, right? Well, once you get that health gone, it's gone, right? Whereas if we, with their detection, we're going to be able to go out detect another destroyer as well and get a little bit of upper hand on them. Like I said, this is just my opinion. I don't think it's better, but for my playstyle, it ends up being a pretty good because I end up being aggressive, sometimes too aggressive. Um, right? And if you're going, let's say we're going full gunboat build, right? What not full, but I think a lot of people would use say mortar and Sims is probably a lot of people do for gunboat builds. You can see that affects your detection pretty rough. I mean, we lose almost a whole kilometer even on Northern Dragon, right? At 5.7, that's rough. And I don't disagree with this build. If you want to build this and it's effective for you, go for it. 100%. And I do this build on some ships. Like, this is the build I'm building on Gearing, a similar build to this. And there's reasons to have both of them. I'm just saying on most ships, I'm doing this. And the other part of this is at lower tiers, right? Let's go put, at lower tiers, let's take this off of here and let's drop our tiers way down, right? Let's see, what is tier 2? Something that was probably 4-3 detection. Oh no, it's actually because I gotta switch, so it's 4-4 detection. We put this on like this. It's now 5-2, which isn't terrible, but that could get you murdered real quick at that lower tier when you're getting other stuff because you're not gaining much health, right? Like, well, how much health are you gaining on this build here? For 4,800, especially on low tiers, is definitely, in my opinion, not a. Yeah, you're not gaining much of anything there. So, like I said, lower tiers particularly, but even at tier 7, I still personally would take Sims, or I would take double detection over Sims. And like I said, not trying to sway anybody, just trying to show an example of why that is. Okay, and now I'm going to show you this example right now. And here is us in the Northern Dragon as an example, right? Us out detecting us. If we had had the full gunboat build, both of these guys would have either out detected us or seen us at about the same time. Okay, and that's okay. But and I want to be clear. There's a lot of ships that I don't agree. I wouldn't say double detection is good, and a lot of playstyles I wouldn't. This is just for me. Like Gdansk in Z52, if you're detected, you just hit your sonar, right? So there's no reason to build in the detection personally for them. Now keep in mind, if you do see somebody with that detection, it might be because they only have the resources or one commander for all their ships and they can't build into just one ship too. So you can see we're going to out detect this Velos by a mile, and we're going to get him, we're going to be in a good position, whereas he's going to have to take forever because we spotted him first. First shot out of the gate, we're going to pause it here. Almost 4,000 damage, right? That is more than what Sims gives you. So out detecting this guy definitely paid off. Now, I want to be clear, this is a good example of my argument. I'm not saying this is always the case, and I'm not saying I'm the best destroyer player in the world. I'm saying for me this works well, right? And you're going to see we're going to murder this guy pretty quickly because it took him a little bit to get into position, right? And the other beautiful thing, like I mentioned, is now we can go use this detection to go murder someone else, right? And that's right, a few seconds later, we're going in, we're catching another destroyer with his pants down because he wanted to torp destroyers, or torp battleships. You can see right there, guns aren't even aimed at us, and he definitely had good detection as well, but we out-detected him. Now on a split, that's definitely something I would recommend not running detection on. Like, you can radar, and it's one of my arguments of like running definitely gunboat and Sims is because if you're detected in that ship, you can definitely just see what's spotting you with a radar, right? And same with Z52 and some other ships with a sonar. So I'm not saying this build works for everybody, but you can see in this match right out the gate, they're down 2 destroyers that I killed. And I have a good chunk of my health because I caught them in bad positions. Is that always the case? No. I'm not saying it. This is just a good example. And another thing about double detection that helps, right, is it allows your team to see their destroyer first, meaning your team's probably going to get the first shots off if they're helping. And it also, another big thing that I don't think people realize is it allows you to dictate whether you want to engage or not, right? You can, if you out detect them, you might get enough time to start your turn away. If you think they have more cruiser, he has more help, or he's in a position where you win the battle. Because sure, a lot of times you can trade with another destroyer, but that really doesn't help you out if you lose all your health fighting one destroyer, because then you're eating essentially, just a torp boat after that, or you don't have enough health to do anything. Or if you trade, you're dead and you can't help your team. So you want to come out of a battle with another destroyer being able to significantly win. And that's why I like the detection for myself. Anyway, let me know what you guys think down below, and keep it civil. Every time there's a debate on warships, people want to get real crazy, but this is just one version of why I think double detection is definitely not bad. Do I think it's the best for every ship or every player? Heck no. I don't say that about anything. Anyway, you guys have a wonderful day, and we'll see you next time, folks. Have a good one.